If you're above 15% body fat, only eat carbs once a day if your goal is weight loss, fat loss, or just to get leaner. And here's why. Hi guys, my name is Matthew. I'm an online fitness coach. Welcome to my channel where I talk about everything from fitness, nutrition, relationships, and self-improvement. Subscribe if you're new and enjoy the video. So today's video is going to be based off of a LinkedIn post I made earlier today. If you're on LinkedIn, connect with me. The links are below. Or if you have Instagram, connect with me as well. I'm friendly. I promise you I don't bite. So when I was stuck in that skinny fat phase, carbs were killing my progress. Not because carbs are bad, but because I was eating them at the wrong times. So we might not all know this, but at one point in my life, I didn't have such a nice defined jawline. I wasn't this lean. No, I'm kidding. At one point, I had a humongously chubby face. I was, I think the biggest I touched was around 25, maybe even, like 22 to 25% body fat. And it sucked, man. I tried everything to get out of that stage because that state, it's like, okay, I've been working out. There should be something to show for, at least when I get pumps. And to be honest, honestly speaking, it was kind of brutal. Like I'd lift my shirt up and I'd be like, some gut was almost hanging. But like when I had my shirt down, it didn't look like I was fat. So I was stuck in this awkward phase that most of us like to call the skinny fat phase. And I didn't understand carb timing while you're in this phase. So while you're above 15% body fat, you're still in a state where your body is insulin resistant, right? So it doesn't process and it doesn't use the carbohydrates that you eat, to your advantage. Hence, the title and topic of this video is if you are above 15% body fat, I want you to eat carbohydrates once a day. And specifically after your workouts, post-workouts, to help speed up your recovery. So I didn't understand how my body worked. I thought clean eating and hitting the gym were enough. But I never looked leaner, just flat and soft. So what was the switch I made until I got to around 10% body fat? I started using carbs strategically and it changed everything. We all hear about these, eat at specific timing, eat at this, 30-minute pre-workout, 15-minute intro workout, and then 1 hour post-workout. Those aren't as important as the post-workout meal. The post-workout meal, in my opinion, is the most important meal just because you have completely torn your muscles, right? You've gone through this high intensity of training if you were training not like a little bitch, but actually pushing till failure or at least close to failure. You are primed. Your muscles are ready to absorb nutrients. So this is the time where you want to feed them A, not shit food, for starters, and B, the right types of food. So when you're over 15% body fat, like I said, your body is more insulin resistant. That means when you eat carbs, your body is more likely to store them as fat instead of shuttling them into your muscles. But there is one exception. After your workout, your muscles are like a sponge post-lift. That's when your body becomes more insulin sensitive, even if you are above that 15% body fat threshold, and carbs actually help you. They help you rebuild muscle, they help refill your glycogen, and they also avoid fat gain. So let's talk about refilling your glycogen, because that's why a lot of people don't necessarily understand that your glycogen stores will be full for if you didn't put them to use for like a 24-hour period. Roughly, don't quote me on that. But so let's say, I just finished my workout, I ate carbohydrates, hopefully non-processed ones, I'm sticking to brown rice, even white rice, whatever. I like to have white rice as well. whole grain bread, whatever your choice of carbohydrate may be. Let's say you eat that, it fills up in your muscles, your muscles soak it up like a sponge, and then it sits in your muscles, slowly releasing it as energy as you move throughout the day, as you're sitting, as you're breathing, as you're living, as you stand up, as you walk to the kitchen, whatever, just to help, keep you alive and give you energy to do things, think even. And then when you go hit your workout the next day, this is why a lot of people get confused with all this bodybuilder stuff and all this crazy things on social media. You don't necessarily need to eat a shit ton of carbs right before your workout. Yes, for if you're chasing that crazy pump, but if you're chasing that crazy pump, you're usually at a lower percent body fat, so this doesn't even apply to you. This is for the people that are stuck in that skinny fat phase, who are above roughly 15% body fat and are trying to chase that crazy pump and get leaner. So you will still have energy within your workouts within that next 24-hour period. You work out, you eat your carbohydrates, your glycogen stores refill, and then that next day, if you're working out, daily, then that's still going to be used as energy and then basically used up during your workout, because your muscles, like to use glycogen and glucose as energy, as the primary energy source. So here's the rule I started following, and the one I give to all my clients stuck in the skinny fat zone. Earn your carbs. Lift, then eat them. Carbohydrates, if used strategically, are the best source of macronutrient. They're protein sparing, so they do have a bit of protein in it. That's why, when people tend to bulk up, they tend to lower on the protein, because carbs still have some protein, so they're protein sparing, and they're just required to provide you with the most energy. And then the rest of the day, so post-workout carbs only, if you're trying to lean out, which I assume you are if you're this far into the video. And then the rest of the day, prioritize protein, veggies, and healthy fats. So whether you hit your workouts in the morning, whether you hit your workouts at night. I personally hit my workouts in the morning. I just like to get it out before work. So I usually work out fasted, and then right after my workout, I tend to make, just because I like bread and I want to have some bread after my workout, I tend to make, right now I'm having around 200 grams of egg whites, 150 grams of chicken breast, and then usually a bagel with butter, and that's my carb source to refuel myself and give me energy throughout the rest of the day. You could pick whatever you like. I would highly suggest you stay away from pasta just because it's super refined. And that one change helped me drop fat without feeling like I was starving or cutting everything I enjoy, because let's be honest, carbs are addicting. We like them. We smell some bread and we're like, oh, bread, I want some bread. I'm not Italian. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I was saying, like I was starving or cutting everything I enjoyed. I still had fruit, rice, even a banana in my shake just after I trained. You don't need to go low carb. You just need to time them like your results depend on it, because they do. Use your carbohydrates strategically, and I promise you'll lose fat and get to that sub 15% body fat level a lot quicker than you can even imagine. And if you're new here, subscribe. Check out the links below. I'm going to leave you like I always do. Create more than you consume. Serve others. Love everyone. Coach Matt out. Peace.